Hey everyone, welcome back to Butschern here on Farming Simulator 22. Picking up where we left off, letting our letting our hired helper, you know, do the fun stuff. Let's see here, we'll get him cooking off on finishing plowing field 10. I think when field 10 is completed, I think we need to buy our get our soil samples done for that. And we are going to continue harvesting. This is field 6, I believe, and then let's see where we're at here. Yeah, field 6, and we have field 1 to do as well. I think once we get these three fields, 10, 6, and 1 squared away, and as they say in the UK, dusted and done, we will move on to maybe doing some mowing up here, do some grass work. Kind of thinking maybe probably doing some silage stuff so we can make some money. We need money. You know what? Speaking of money, I don't think we owe anything. Well, we do owe. How do we owe 3,000 some odd dollars? Huh. Is that right? Oh no, zero loan. Okay. All right. I was looking at the thinking, man, I don't know how we managed that. So how's everybody doing this week? I am doing okay. It's been kind of another warm week. Not as bad as it has been, but still really humid. We get a lot of humid weather. It seems like in the summertime in Michigan. And I don't know if people don't think of Michigan as being a hot place to live, but I'll tell you the didn't want to do that. The humidity is what gets me. I can deal with some warmth, but humidity is just nasty. Get out of the shower and you're already sweating before you get dried off and all that fun stuff. So I was looking at Vermeer Pack is coming up. DLC. I think that's the 23rd, if I have that right. Kind of looking forward to that. I think everybody's looking forward to the self-propelled baler. I think that's the big draw, right? The rest of the equipment, looks really good. Giants always does a good job with their modeling, but that self-propelled baler is going to be, I think that's going to be a big hit and a lot of fun to use, so I'm looking forward to that. I know on this map, I know Vermeer's an American company, is my understanding at least, and this is a European map, and I was kind of thinking, I'm trying to do the gameplay here so that you all follow right along. I don't want to do anything off camera on this map. I kind of wanted to do it, everything recorded. You guys can see everything that I do. No behind the scenes stuff. Maybe occasionally, like I'll move up, maybe move the harvester from one field to another or whatever. But I don't want to do any work without you all along. So I was thinking about another map, something maybe a little bit bigger than this one. Not a giant map, but still maybe something a little bit larger, and making it just a Kubota farm. I have not used the Kubota DLC much at all. I haven't used the Kubota equipment pack at all. And I was kind of thinking making it like a Kubota farm and then using the Vermeer DLC along with it. That kind of thing was kind of was kind of my thinking, and then making that a second series, a separate second series, and maybe on that one, not doing everything on screen, but kind of just highlighting as I go along, kind of highlighting the progression, that kind of thing. Is kind of my thought. I haven't picked out a map yet for the Kubota farm, and I'm not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be an American or Canadian map. I was kind of thinking more American or Canadian just because of the Kubota Vermeer, and I think Kubota is what, Japanese? Is Kubota Japanese or Korean? I meant to look at that too. I kind of forget. I know we have quite a bit of Kubota in the States. We're about to be full, aren't we? Yes, we most certainly are. We are going to have to go pick up. In fact, let me just stop right here. We'll pipe out here. And I think we're going to have to use the old John Deere. Pick up our trailer. I got to start putting things away, don't I? I was going to sneak around in the bunker, but I've left the baler out. And we still have that liquid tanker, I think, sitting there. Is that for our milk and water and whatnot? In fact, probably going to use, if we start seeing some milk production, probably going to use the automatic milk sale. Who was I watching the other day? I was watching S. Croft or Scroft, and he did a video, a nice video on top 25 realistic mods for Farming Simulator 22. It was kind of cool to see what he had for. I didn't really ever stop to think of it, but yeah, I mean, 25 kind of was surprising. But then when he went over them, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. There are 25 mods out there for realism. Am I going the right way? It's not like this map is. It's not like this map is huge. So if I get lost on this map, I'm in trouble, right? Let's see, where am I at? Oh yeah, I think I'm heading the wrong way. I'm heading the wrong way. We'll figure it out. Take a little tour. I was never very good with driving directions, north, south, east, south. Maybe that was my problem. I always forgot there was a west, but so anyways, he was going over the different realism mods, and one of them he was talking about was the automatic milk sale, and I guess I really never thought of that as a. I love the way these cars. Ooh, is that black car that was giving us trouble last time? Oh, I think it was. I think it was them. Oh, I got something to show you guys. Let me get this. Let me get our. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna hit you. I might scare you, but I'm not gonna hit you. I don't think I've ever been over in this part of town. So he was talking about the automatic milk sale mod being part of realism. And okay, all right. I see how it's gonna go. I see how, when I'm not paying attention, how things are gonna fly. Oh, and goody, it's backup time. That's fantastic. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sneak in cab. I don't think the city's gonna mind me driving around. Driving around like that. So what was I saying? Oh, the realism. So he was saying that the automatic milk sales, that is realistic. In the area, at least in the UK, and I got to thinking, and I'm like, you know what? He's right, because even even here in the States, farmers don't grab their own, grab their own milk and and deliver it. Not that I'm aware of, at least. I knew a family lived up north from me that had a pretty decent sized dairy farm, and yeah, they definitely got their milk picked up. I think they got their milk picked up daily. Um, of course, it was kept in a chiller, in a refrigerated unit and whatnot, and I believe on the weekends maybe they didn't, but yeah, that automatic milk um, automatic milk sale completely makes sense. Where are we sitting? I can see our hired helpers still working away. Yeah, we're right over here. Okay. Hopefully I won't upset traffic. I'm going to take out that post right there. Thank you. You can see that my driving directions are horrible. And actually, I recognize this now for our field. I think our guy's right over here. Um, so yeah, that's interesting. I think we definitely do automatic milk sales. Have it picked up. I think on the automatic milk sale mod, it's every morning at 6 a.m. Um, the milk is sold. So, but there was a lot of other, there were 25 total. A lot of them, well, I wouldn't say I use a lot of them. I do use quite a few of them. Um, I mean, these even included things like the, manual, what is it, the manual connect mod. Um, then there's also the air hose sound mod. When you connect to a trailer or something, you get a nicer sound with the air hose connect and disconnect. Trying to think of what else he. I mean, it depends on what you consider for realism. Like, there's mod that, like for instance, right there, how I just mods out there that there's a mod out there that requires you to actually manually discharge from the harvest from your combine. I try to play, and I think we may have talked about this before, but I tend to try and play, I think, kind of a more realistic than unrealistic, but certainly not as realistic as I've seen some people play. And like, I've watched this YouTuber for years now. In fact, I think the first video I saw from him is Disco. He's in the UK. The first video I saw from him was back in FS15. He used to be part of a modding group, and I can't for the life of me remember what the group was. I don't think they're a modding group anymore. Was SB modding or SG modding or something like that. And they had some cool mods. When they were a group and putting stuff together, they had some nice stuff for sure. Anyways, he has a challenge series that he does, and he tries to play pretty realistic. I would say maybe even more so than me. A lot of in-cab work like this, and I got to tell you, I find this super difficult, even with the. Now, maybe if I was wearing my track IR, I was thinking about hooking that up, because then you can, get to the side better, and stuff. See, I'm already trailing over to the left there. But this mod that lets me just do this is, I think, realistic cab view or something like that. But the track IR helps a lot with inside the cab because you can look around, you can move your head sideways even and look around pillars if they're in the way, like window pillars and stuff like that. And but still, I find it hard to judge stuff like that in the game. I don't know. Maybe someday when they do VR, maybe that will make it easier. I don't know. I've never played any of these types of games. You know, like Euro Truck and American Truck. I think they have VR. I think. I'd be curious. That to me would be sounds like a ton of fun playing something like that. Whoops. I do use my track IR when I play Euro Truck and American Truck because that just steps up the immersion, you know, 100%. Just being able to move your head to look, you know, out your window for traffic and look around when you're driving and stuff. It adds so much. And if the track IR has been out for a long time, and it's a solid product. So if you're kind of looking at stepping up your game a little bit, it's a lot less expensive than going with something like, what is that? I forget what the Steam VR set is, but I think Track IR, I think you could pick up for what, like $100. And it will get you. I mean, I'm not comparing it to something like an Oculus or something. But it does definitely add a lot to the game, especially in driving games. And I would imagine quite a bit even in flying games. I know that's another big thing that people use Track IR for, is for different flight simulators. It's super nice to have too. So I know we were talking about some TV. I don't know if it was the last episode, the episode before. I was talking about some shows that I'm watching, you know, Better Call Saul, things like that. But I was doing a rewatch on Lost, and that show was such a huge success, and so much. I mean, popularity on that show was amazing, and you know, and then it got kind of a lot of bad press over the last couple seasons and how it ended and whatnot. But you know what? I'm not saying I don't agree with what people say about what they don't like about it, but it's an entertaining show, and it was super unique at the time. And I still remember, just like, I think I watched Lost. I think I might have watched the last couple of seasons. You know what? I think I'm trying to remember. I think I pretty much binged Lost the first time I watched it. I think it was all streamed. I don't think I watched that show. I can't really remember if I watched it live or not. I don't watch a lot of live TV. I really don't. Something else I just watched that I would highly recommend, and in fact I was really surprised at how much I liked it and how good it really was. In fact, I'm gonna do a rewatch on it in the next day or two. Oh, I'm gonna miss some crop if I'm not careful. Is the movie Prey on Hulu. And it's part of it's like a prequel for the Predator movies. And you know, when I even saw the trailer and stuff, I was like, you know, another Predator movie. To be fair, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator movie still is a classic. Aliens, with Sigourney Weaver, of course, classic. Even Aliens 2 had its, you know, was enjoyable. Was Aliens 2 the one that had the had the military guy that was like, "Oh man, come on, man." That guy, I always get that messed up if that was 2 or 3, but that guy was hilarious. But yeah, I enjoyed 1 and 2, I would say, and then they just started going downhill and stuff. And then there's, you know, Predator versus Alien. Is it what, Alien versus Predator or whatever? And I don't know, starting to get out of hand. So I saw this thing and I'm like, really? This is gonna be rough. And it was the furthest thing from bad that I expected. It was, I mean, no, it's not a masterpiece, and no, it's not perfect, but it is one of the more enjoyable movies I've seen in a long time. I was a little bit concerned, not gonna lie, I was a little bit concerned. I lifted the header up too soon, so let's go back and grab that. I was a little bit concerned about the characters because they were, you know, the girl was a younger girl, and the people that she was, her brother and other people and stuff. I sometimes get a little bit concerned about when they have younger actors, because sometimes the talent isn't always there. But wow, you know, like I said, this thing was so much better than I thought it was gonna be. It was just so much better. I'm not gonna do any spoilers. How are you doing, buddy? Hey, you're doing all right. Thank you, by the way. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. What you? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that what's he got going on in there? Oh, he's paying attention. All right. Thought I saw him watching Netflix or something. Anyways, you know, it's just one of those things where it's nice to be pleasantly surprised by a movie, isn't it? Like, honestly, it doesn't seem like it happens often enough anymore, and I was pretty happy with that, and highly recommend it. It's entertaining from beginning to end. I don't think that they. I mean, it's okay. It's about an alien, right? And you know, Native Americans fighting an alien and fur trappers and all this other stuff. And so we're not talking realism here, but at least the fighting scenes weren't like Matrix style goofy. There were a couple things in a couple fights that I rewound and I watched, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty sweet. She does this hill slide thing, and then when she gets towards the bottom of the hill, kicks off from a tree, and it's pretty sweet looking. It's pretty cool, and she fits the part perfectly. She good actress. I can't even remember her name, but it looked like a Native American name. And in fact, a few of the actors that I looked up in IMDb looked like they were Native American, and I think that's cool, because, you know, clearly that's primary characters in the movie other than Alien. And Alien is bad to the bone. I mean, Alien is bad to the bone. He is. I think he's cool. I think that's actually one, science fiction monster, so to speak. That, yeah, he's cool. He's very cool. What movie? I saw him. Is he Predator? I'm trying to remember what movie I watched where the girl ends up helping Predator. Maybe I'm getting things messed up. I'm probably getting them mixed up, so I should probably just be quiet. But anyways, let's get this field finished off and see how our hired helper is doing. Probably gonna call it quit for this episode. Next episode, we will have to probably tidy up field 10, plowing, and kick off field 1's harvest. We might send Tommy Lee there that's doing field 10 over to field 1 to do some harvesting for us while we clean up the plow job. And yeah, keep this ball rolling. Get a few more bales out of this, which will be good. I don't think I do kind of wish, I think what would be kind of cool, and I know that we get like a yield percentage, but it would be kind of cool to see like an actual yield like farmers do, like how many bushels per acre they're getting. I think it'd be kind of cool to be able to actually see like those kind of statistics instead of, oh, you're at 88% on this field, 88% yield. Okay, 88% of what, And I kind of wish too that I know that the game allows like for instead of meters or something, feet, and instead of miles per hour, instead of kilometers, miles per hour. I wish that the game would allow bushels. I think they need to build bushels into the game, and I think they need to build. They do instead of hectares, they do acres, but I kind of wish it was a little bit more like that. And I think there's a mod out there, and I forget what it's called. That is supposed to do, give you bushels and stuff. And I was thinking about running it, and I tested it out on my test map, and it didn't seem to be causing any problems necessarily. But then I was talking to somebody else who said that they ran, is it the Real Measurements mod? Maybe that's what it's called. And they said that they ran it in FS15 and it caused all kinds of problems. And that kind of made me a little gun shy to bring it into any of my actual gameplays. And so I haven't really gotten to use it so much. I'm kind of waiting for it to kind of keep updating because I've seen it has been. At least it's actively being updated, which I guess is a good thing. All right, let's get this. I think if I'm somewhat careful. We can get this in one foul swoop. Finish up this field. I think I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I think we are gonna get it. A little bit there, a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's unload. Our John Deere. And try not to hit the trailer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was close. Try to even this load out a little bit for our driver so all the weight's not in the back end. Let's go check you know who. Honestly though, what what is going on? No. No. Dude. How did this happen? You're in the neighbor's corn. Is that black car again? Oh, that's what I was going to show y'all. Okay. Yeah, I got one more thing to show you before. He must have just come barreling through here, across the street, called it. My goodness, Tommy Lee. Start doing a breathalyzer on you before I send you off to work. All right, let's get set up for next episode because this is about where we're going to need to be. So I was thinking, we were getting harassed quite a bit. Let's finish this up here. You're looking good. You're looking good. You're looking good. Let's pipe in. Make sure we're all turned off. You're off. Excellent. Okay. So here's my thought. So there's this mod, except I'll probably end up paying more for it than anybody else. It's under tools. Yeah, the speed camera. Oh, it's 50 kilometers? I don't even think you go 50 around here. So you set this speed camera up, right? Like that kind of a number right there. And it's kind of expensive, you know, $150,000. But every time it catches somebody speeding, I forget how much you make. I forget what the fine is. And it goes in the bank for you. So you collect the fines. And I'm thinking, you know what? We could set about 5 or 6 of these up around this map. And when Mr. Black Car comes around, I'm not sure what kind of car that is, but when he comes around, cruising and harassing us, maybe we catch him speeding and start making some money off of him. All right. Well, anyways, now I'm just keeping you guys around for for my own amusement. All right. So let's call it good on this for this episode. Next episode, I think what we need to do is, like I said, we'll finish up plowing field 10, and we'll get the bales picked up on this thing. Probably hire a helper to do field 1's harvest, and just keep onward and upward. So, hey, thanks everyone for checking out another episode and for putting up with me. I do appreciate it. Feel free to leave any comments you have in the comment section below. You know, like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. That's cool. I'd appreciate it. You guys all take care of yourselves. God bless, and I'll see you next time here on Butschern.